So, as you all know, one of the most terrifying elements of horror movies, shows, or the books are the violent deaths that are bestowed upon the fearful characters. So, naturally, I went through and thought for a moment and wondered which horror movies I could survive, because people are always talking about how the characters act so dumb and foolish while escaping. So, listen to my strategies and how I would go on to defeat or escape these horror movies and enjoy your visit at the Panic Place. So, right off the bat, we have a nice classic called Halloween. This is a movie directed by John Carpenter, who also wrote the music. This movie was a revolutionary horror movie, as it invented many tropes that almost all the horror movies today would use as granted. One example of this is The Final Girl, which was John Carpenter's idea and had not been used before 1978, the year Halloween was released. Now, I've been thinking and giving it a lot of thought, because how would an average human escape the supernatural Michael Myers, who has been on multiple killing sprees and never seems to die? Well, if you think about it, he's also mentally ill and doesn't take upon running unless he really has to. And being in that insane asylum all those years doesn't really let him work out, and he can't really outrun me either. And I know that in a few scenes, including flashbacks in earlier films, he's seen running when he really has to. But all you have to be is an average person with average running skills to run in your garage, grab your car, and drive as fast as you can. What can he do if he can't get to his car in time? If he's following you, that means he left his car somewhere else. So, overall, to escape Mike Myers and survive Halloween, all you have to do is drive away and never come back. Alright, we got the main classic out of the way, but also the easiest to survive. So now we have to move on to the medium level difficulty, A Quiet Place. Now, this might not be extremely hard to survive, with Regan's hearing aids making the frequency that the Death Angels hate, and with the shotgun and the safes which are found in A Quiet Place too, I should have everything I need to survive. And if worst comes to worst, I can simply just take a car and drive as fast as I can away, because the Death Angels can't keep up. Finally, after we got those two pretty simple horror movies out of the way and didn't have much to say about them, we'll go on to the final level, It. This is, of course, the remake because nobody could survive the 1990 version. As soon as they see Pennywise, they would die of cringe. But Pennywise from 2017, which is what is shown on screen now, no, he strikes fear into the eyes of everyone. And given the fact that surviving this, I would need to imagine that I was a child. See, Pennywise has these abilities to make your greatest fears show up right in front of your eyes. I don't know, but if I saw Pennywise, he would be my greatest fear. Now, you probably think that if I was being hypnotized or followed by one of his goons, I wouldn't be able to do anything. But that's where you're wrong. You see, he doesn't kill you with his goons, he taunts you, and he tells you to come find him, hinting of his existence, until you go looking for him, and that is when he will come and kill you. Well, as soon as I figure out what's going on with the missing children, I'll move away. As learned in It Chapter 2, when you move away, it feels like a clouded memory. So I'll find out about what happened to all those missing people, tell my parents that there's a serial killer on the loose, even though there's not, and that's why so many people are going missing. And even if that's not entirely the case, my parents would possibly believe it and move out before I go missing. And if they don't believe, I sit in my room and act traumatized, and when they ask what's wrong, I make up a story and tell them that I saw a man like a killer out on the loose and doing things like killing and torturing the people of the town, Derry, Maine. Things I can't say because I don't want to be canceled, but stuff like that. They will all be spooked and take me out of the town so I can recover, and they will believe that I saw something because of what I acted like. So if you ever wondered how you would actually survive a horror movie, well, now you know. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, consider subscribing to the channel because it helps me out a lot and you get to see and hear more of the things you heard in this episode and so much more. I'm so glad you decided to tune in to the Panic Place for the first discussion of horror movie theory.